If the word discard stresses you out, you're not alone. Some methods say you have to discard every single day, others say never discard. Some people think that even discard means throw away your entire starter and start over. No wonder beginners feel confused and wasteful. In this video, I'm going to explain what discard actually means, what is going on inside your jar, and how to support your starter without wasting flour forever. Hi, I'm Sandra, and I teach simple, practical sourdough for real life. I've helped hundreds of beginners go from, is my starter even alive, to I bake this loaf myself by following one clear, low maintenance method. Today, we're going to decode sourdough discard so you can stop guessing and start feeding your starter with confidence. Let's start with the word itself, because this is where a lot of the confusion begins. When you hear discard, you might picture dumping your whole jar in the trash and starting from scratch. That is not what I mean when I talk about discard. There are really three different ideas people mash together. So there's discard the verb, taking the some starter out of the jar before you feed it. Discard the noun, the portion you removed. You can throw it away or you can use it in recipes. And then discard as in restarting, throwing away everything and beginning a brand new starter. Discarding is simply removing a portion of your starter so you can feed what's left well. So when you feed a starter, you need to feed it at least its volume. So if you have a large portion of hungry starter, you will have to feed it at least that amount unless you discard some. Restarting is getting rid of the culture completely and starting over. Those are not the same thing. Now let's talk about what's actually happening in that jar. Your starter is a tiny living ecosystem of yeast and bacteria living in flour and water. Every time they eat the flour, they create gas and acid. And if you keep feeding and never remove any of the starter, well, the jar gets too full. The mix gets very acidic, and there isn't enough fresh food to keep the yeast strong and active. Discarding some starter before you feed does two important things. It reduces the crowd, so the feed you add can actually feed what's left. It lowers the acidity back into the range where yeast can thrive and rise your starter again. Think of it like a crowded room with stale air. Discarding is opening the door, letting some people out, and bringing in fresh air and snacks for the ones who stay. Lucky. So when is discard truly essential? Answer: when your starter is still developing. If your starter is less than 10 to 14 days old and you're feeding it daily on the counter, it's in the developing phase. In this phase, discard is a growth tool. You're feeding often to build strength, but you need to keep the volume small so the microbes actually get enough fresh food. By discarding about half and then feeding, you prevent the jar from overflowing. You keep the acidity from getting too high, and you give the yeast and bacteria a better environment to mature and stabilize. So during the developing phase, daily discard before feeding is necessary and helpful. You're not wasting flour just to waste it. You're creating the right conditions for your starter to become strong and predictable. Side note, when your starter is in the developing phase, we literally will discard the discard. Throw it out. It's not balanced to use in discard recipes. So once your starter is strong and consistent, the rules change. If your starter doubles in about 4 to 6 hours, maybe 8 after feeding, it has bubbles throughout and it smells clean and tangy and is at least 10 to 14 days old, it's established. Now you decide how much starter you want to keep on hand. Once you've chosen that amount, you do not have to discard every time you feed it. In my sourdough made simple method, your established starter lives in the fridge. You pull from it when you want to make dough. Then you feed it and let it double before putting it back in the fridge. In this phase, you only discard if you want to change the amount you're keeping or you're doing a one-time refresh after it's been neglected. Discarding is not a forever rule. And once your starter is established and the right size for your baking, Discard becomes something you do occasionally, not a daily obligation. So what about the starter that's been sitting in the fridge for weeks or months and looks half asleep? This is what I call the need support phase. Your starter might look flat, no bubbles, have a layer of hooch on top, smell stronger than usual, and most of the time, that doesn't mean it's dead. It means it's hungry and cold. Here's how to support it. Check it. If you see pink or orange, fuzzy mold, then for sure throw it out. Or if it smells like nail polish remover, like a very sharp, unpleasant smell, and does not improve after a couple of feedings, that's when you truly will discard and start over. Safety first. Revive it. This is the most common. You're gonna stir in or pour off any hooch, your choice. Discard about half of what's in the jar. Feed with flour and water until you get a thick, glossy, textured consistency like thick pancake batter or soft mashed potatoes. Scrape down the sides of the jar. Leave it on the counter in a warm spot and see how it responds. Then repeat that 1 to 2 times. If you see bubbles and some rise, give it one more discard and feed and leave it on the counter. Most established starters bounce back within 1 to 2 of these support feedings. In this need support phase, discard is part of a short revival process, not a long-term lifestyle. You're reducing the old, over-acidic starter so the fresh feed can actually wake it back up. Let me give you a simple discard checklist you can screenshot or write down. Brand new starter, developing under 14 days on the counter? Yes. Discard before each daily feeding. Why? It's going to control acidity, prevent overflow, and help it build strength. A healthy, established starter doubles in 4 to 6 hours. It smells clean and tangy. Do you discard? No, you do not have to discard every time. Only discard to change the amount you keep or for an occasional refresh. A neglected or dormant starter, it's been in the fridge, it's flat, there's hooch, there's a strong smell, there's no mold. Discard about half, feed to a thick consistency, and give it 1 to 2 support feedings on the counter. If it's moldy or truly off, that's going to show signs with pink or orange or fuzzy mold or very strong chemical, even like vomit smell that doesn't improve after a couple days. That's when you discard the entire starter and begin again. So sourdough becomes simple when you connect your discard habit to your starter's phase and needs, instead of following random rules that don't match your situation. If the word discard has made you feel guilty or confused, I hope you can see now it isn't about throwing away flour for no reason. It's about giving your starter the right amount of food at the right time, depending on whether it's developing, established, or just needs a little support. And if you want help figuring out which phase you're in and exactly what your next step is, head to thebreadandbutterway.com and join my free online community and course. That's where you'll find my Beginner Sourdough Roadmap, toolkit, and the Sourdough Starter Phases of Development printable, which walk you through starting a starter, strengthening it, reviving it from the fridge, and using it in your first loaf, all in one simple, repeatable method. So in the comments, tell me, what phase do you think your starter is in right now? Developing, established, or need support? And what's one change you're going to make to how you handle discard? All right, we'll see you in the next video.